Welcome back, coin roll hunters. Thanks for joining me, Matthew, the great coin roll hunter, on another exciting episode of Big Money, the show that takes our favorite coins and currency and puts them under the microscope. If you'd like to try this yourself at home, check the descriptions below this video where I've included an Amazon affiliate link to this same exact USB microscope I use here on the show. And if you're a new viewer just coming to check us out, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you're not going to want to miss another episode. So with all that being said, let's get into it. So if you followed us yesterday, you'll have noticed that we pulled out a Louisiana state quarter featuring a pelican. So this is going to go great with our birding 50 state quarters series, the series that we simply just look for birds in the 50 state quarters. So pretty straightforward, but anyway, I'll go ahead and bring that up for us now. Okay. So here it is. If I can get it in focus. There we go. All right. So here is the Louisiana state quarter. Let me bring that up just a little bit. Okay. So this is the third quarter in the 2002 series and the 18th quarter in the 50 state program. You'll see two dates on the back of this coin. The top date reads 1812. This was the year that Louisiana received their statehood, and that took place on April 30th of that year. The second date you'll see 2002 on the bottom. That was when the Louisiana state quarter was released, which let's see here, which happened on May 20th of that year, of 2002. So sorry, I'm shaking around a little bit. Just trying to do too many things at once, I guess. This particular coin was minted in Denver, as we can see by the capital D on the obverse of the coin, right there next to George Washington's ponytail. And there were about, there were exactly 402,204,000 business strikes of this design minted at the Denver Mint. At the Philadelphia Mint, they produced 362 million business strikes for this design, making their combined production between Philadelphia and Denver the highest mintage for the 2002 state quarter series. So if you find one of these coins in MS65 condition, they'll typically cost about $1.25 in retail. And good news for you silver fans out there, San Francisco did mint 892,229 proofs containing 90% silver. So if you'd like to buy one of those pieces, I think individually they retail for approximately $8. So, all right, so just looking at this beautiful design here, let me get me out of the way. Bam. This design was actually designed and engraved by John Marsanti. And you'll be able to see his initials there in the Gulf of Mexico near Florida. And tell you what, why don't we put this under the microscope and I'll just show you. Here we go. Okay, so there is our quarter now. All right. Perfect. Okay, so here is under the microscope, the Louisiana state quarter. Nope, I just had it there. And there is John Marsanti's initials. Maybe we give ourselves a little bit of room. Okay. All right, so just a kind of interesting trivia for you. All right, so this design predominantly celebrates the Louisiana Purchase, which is I'm going to just kind of cruise around the outline of the United States here. So the Louisiana Purchase was a $15 million land deal constructed in 1803 by Thomas Jefferson with France. to purchase the Louisiana Territory, which, hoping I got it in context for you here, just an massive stretch of land, which was actually 828 million square miles of territory, which is depicted by this frosted area here, and kind of referenced with the outline of the United States. So just it's like a third of the country was the, here it is, the Louisiana Purchase. So as we go above the map, though, you will also notice a trumpet. There it is. And then coming out of the trumpet there is some musical notes. Okay. So this symbol is used to depict Louisiana's contribution to jazz, which was a original music form developed from with its roots from blues and ragtime, and predominantly developed in New Orleans during the 19th and 20th centuries. So that's just kind of a huge contribution to American culture in New Orleans and Louisiana. So there is the date, 1812, the year that Louisiana was given statehood. And of course, 2002, the year that this coin came out. And then underneath the United States motto, E pluribus unum, which is Latin and means one of many. And then finally, the last feature on this coin right here, you see the pelican. All right, so I'll just kind of let it sit there so you can check that out as we talk about the pelican. So this is actually a brown pelican. And this species of pelican is considered the most unique of the 7 different species of pelicans found throughout the world. Most obviously because the brown pelican is the only pelican that has that distinctive dark coloration. They're also the only known species of pelican to plunge from the air into the water to catch their food. It's actually quite something to see. The brown pelican's habitat runs along the ocean shores, and they're not typically spotted inland and at lakes. But historically, the brown pelican was a fixture of the Louisiana coast, which gave the state of Louisiana their nickname, the Pelican State. And the earliest records of this bird go back to around 1919, where it was reported up to 50,000 individuals of these birds habitated the coastline. But due to some environmental contamination through DDT and pesticides, they were bioaccumulating that DDT molecule in their fatty tissue, which ultimately gave them thin-shelled eggs that they would crush when they'd sit on the nest to incubate or protect them. And this resulted in a dramatic loss of the bird population. In fact, by 1966, when the brown pelican was designated the state bird, they had actually completely vanished from the state of Louisiana completely. So through some efforts between, let's see, I've got it written down here, the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries and the Florida Game and Freshwater Commissions, they worked in partnership to reestablish 110 birds a year on the islands of Bess Island, Isle aux Pitre, sorry, I don't speak French, and North Island in an effort to reestablish these traditional nesting sites. So, but as of 1995, there's about 40,000 of these breeding pairs spotted in Louisiana today, so they're on the rebound. Excellent, and they're off the endangered species list. So thank you for joining me. If you liked this show, please subscribe. Can I get a thumbs up from any of our Louisiana viewers? And I guess until I see you next time, this is Matthew, the Great Coin Roll Hunter, wishing you happy hunting.